So this is this Zenith Bank in Ikeja at Awolowo Way. This Zenith Bank. This is their ATM. We came here to...
Now I'm not going to post the full video. I'm just going to give you the link also the TikTok ID for the lady that shared the video that went viral. I'm not going to post it. I'll just play a little clip from it. That's all. Then I'll play the second clip again. I'll give you the you will see the TikTok ID on the screen, so you can see the one. So I'll give you a little clip except from the video that went viral, and then the follow-up video, which was the update video, which the CSO at Zenith Bank Awolowo Way showed to me on his phone but refused to give to me and told me to go and download them myself. Okay, so I'll show you both videos.
So this is this Zenith Bank in Ikeja at Awolowo Way. This Zenith Bank. This is their ATM. We came here to use this ATM at night, and this Zenith Bank at Ikeja, Awolowo Way. This is Awolowo Way. This is Awolowo Way. This is Zenith Bank. Yeah, they are thieves. This Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, they are thieves. Look at. We came here to use their ATM at night. Our GTB ATM. We came here to use the ATM. Come. We came here to use their ATM, and the ATM, please, is it possible? The ATM. So this is Zenith Bank at Awolowo Way, Ikeja, concerning the video that I made yesterday that went viral on TikTok. This is the update concerning this my friend that they debited. Concerning this my friend that they debited at the POS. So after that video went viral, after I told you all that my friend used this Zenith Bank ATM and they debited his money from the ATM, after that video went viral, they threw more investigation to they did more investigation. So they now find out that the money was not stolen by Zenith Bank. So in the video there were two guys. We are talk.
Yeah, so two guys there. That is on 11 Wednesday. Yes. This week.
What I want to say is this: we are in a period of time where a lot of people will do all kinds of things. Some of them, they are not. It's not with malicious intent. It's just that they didn't adopt a logical approach, and so they will just go and do this kind of recordings and then go live, and turns out later they have to come and apologize, which is what it seems has been the case with this lady, though I've heard some suggestions to the contrary, but I can only go with what I've been told officially by I mean, I didn't see any reason to insist on seeing the head of operations of that bank branch anymore after the CSO spoke with me, the chief security officer, because the stuff he told me and what he showed me, they just made it like at least one thing was clear. If there was ever a case before, there was no case anymore, because the same lady had come back with her friend and said, no, it's not Zenith Bank. So it was a good thing that I decided to go and verify the authenticity of this particular video, because I didn't want to just share it like that. And if I was going to share it, let me be fair, I did send it to one person, because the person wrote me privately after seeing my own video and made a few suggestions, which I just thought they were like, if you knew me well, you should have known that those are things I would have covered. Those are bases, man. I live a digital lifestyle, 99%. So for me not to have two-step authentication, I mean, come on, man. Come on. So when he said it, I responded to him, but then I just said, this thing is actually happening a lot. And I do know so many cases that are real cases, GTB especially. I don't know if some of them are resolved now, but huge sums of money moved out of people's accounts and not explained and not addressed despite repeated requests by the account owner. So that was why this particular case interested me. And the point I'm making is that we need to be careful. Okay, we need to verify we need to kind of check out each case that we encounter on its own merit. We must not just assume that because so many others were real, then everyone will receive his risk. So that we don't put ourselves in trouble, we don't put other people in trouble, we don't create needless chaos and put people in under stress, psychological stress. So this lady, apparently what happened was that her friend told her that he went to the ATM and the ATM swallowed up his card. But according to the CSO, what happened was, by the time they got them into the bank, got the young man and the lady, they interviewed them and they showed them because the GT bank, they have the CCTVs, so they played the video. Turns out there were two guys. One guy was already at the ATM when the guy arrived. It was at 10 p.m. at night. The other guy came in from behind this man, and if you know the Zenith Bank or about Awolowo ATM, it's very cramped. It's just like a narrow corridor that's like L-shaped. Ridiculous in my opinion. I don't think it's even safe. It's directly open to the road. So somebody else came from behind the guy and stood behind him, and these two people teamed up on him according to what they said. And one began to talk to him, the one inside already, and distracted him, while the other one put his hand and supposedly took out the ATM card. That's what they said. Whether that's what happened or not, I do not know, because I've been told also, and even the security operatives themselves were the one that said it, that they've been accused that the bank has paid them money, bribed them to come and change the story. Nobody knows. But I think what they're saying makes sense, because I do know it can happen and does happen. And those boys are always all over the place looking for people they can take advantage of. Now, another thing one of the operatives said was that they believed, looking at the guy the next morning when he was talking to them, that he must have been drunk that night when he went to the ATM. That's a possibility too. So a lot of things these guys said, and this group of operatives I'm talking about, quite well put together guys. They really look like a very serious-minded bunch. So for me, at least one thing was clear: that original viral story did not deserve to get further exposure through me. Then the explanation received and the video that was played for me, which I then went to download. I got my daughter to download it on her phone for me from the lady's TikTok ID. That video also then, says it all. If the guy said he was jazzed, he wasn't jazzed. In my opinion, I think he was either stupid or, like the other person said, he was drunk. The point I'm making is, and the reason why I'm doing this reaction video, is to let all of you know that it might be wise for you, whenever such videos land on your phones, to hold on a bit and try to see if you can verify it. Maybe check with others, ask questions. If you know anybody in that particular bank branch, call them up. If you know somebody living around that area, call them up, tell them to help you check, because it depends on the organization that's affected, it depends on the individual that's affected. If you join in to share this stuff, it could put you in trouble potentially. Some people could use it to cash out, or they could use it as a scapegoat to just call a point. So it's very important. That's the reason why I'm doing this reaction video. Other than that, the stuff that was said has happened to my knowledge with some people. There was a lady that was crying her eyes out in front of First Bank, I think earlier in the year, and she didn't even have a third party. It was in the broad daylight, and the whole thing was happening like that. Or maybe it was the same thing they did to her. She doesn't remember those guys came around her. Maybe they just pretended to be friendly and helped her. And that's why I always say, I will not help anybody to do anything at the ATM machine. If you want somebody to help you, call the security operative of the bank. If you allow yourself to get called in to help somebody and then the person starts screaming that they're debiting his or her account, you just might get compromised and you might be the one that will get punished or at least arrested for it. So that's it. Please, let's be vigilant. This is the season of the year when these things are most likely to happen a lot, right into the end of January, I would say. And I think it's better that we all exercise caution. If you're going to go to the ATMs now, I would advise going to the banking hall, not the ATMs. And if you're going to go to the ATM, go into your bank's ATM. That's my advice. Then, if you know you cannot get access to your bank's ATM, go into the banking hall. If you don't have the time to do that, well, maybe go to POS. But if POS also gets stuck and POS people start telling you to go to the bank, and then you start spending 1 month, 2 months chasing your money. It's not the right way for it to be, but it is a reality that we are faced with in our country. So we have to adapt to it and protect ourselves. So we've got to be proactive. Okay, for me, I'm no longer going to allow myself to use any other ATMs apart from my bank's ATM, and then I'm going to go straight into the hall to cash money if the bank ATM is not available. If not, anybody that's expecting money from me will not see that money. All right, I wish you well.